Hi Libras, this is take 3 on attempting to start your video. The Ivy Phoenix here. Welcome back to my channel. It's your September 2019 reading. Miss you all so much. I really have. Sorry I've been away. Life has been chaotic. Sure you all can probably relate. But here I am. All the other information, greetings, thank yous, all of that down in the description box below. Mwah. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. For your energy this month, Libras, for every single sign, for every single sign, I meditate, I get into the zone, cleanse the cards, cleanse the space, all of that, right? And for you all, I heard it very loud and clear, the word natural. And there were 4 different groups of you. For 2 of you, it's going to be the obvious, right? Where it's either going to be an internal naturalization that you're going through right now. For some of you, it's going to be external when it comes to your presence and, you know, the effort you may put forth to look a certain way. For another group of you, it's going to be about getting out in nature. You are the beginning of the equinoxes, right? So either the fall or the spring, depending on where you're located on this wonderful planet. But a good chunk of you, if not maybe this grouping incorporates every single Libran soul. And I'm just going to say, if you relate to Libra in any type of way, perhaps they have a big significance in your life. I don't know. But that word significance also plays a role. Where you are being called to be your most authentic selves. It's no longer about, you know, looking the part, acting the part, playing any type of supporting role. I feel like Libras, when it's going to come to your season, you are going to be heard, you're going to be seen, you're going to be doing the damn thing, okay? So let's just get into September for you all. That's a nice gift to have, you know, before your season commences. I wonder what this is in my throat. Libras. What's going on there? I don't know if some of you have maybe held off on a specific conversation. Now we know, Libras, you aren't exactly typically, because again, I'm hearing natural. I'll take that. Typically, you try not to stir the pot. You try not to, you know, cause any confrontation. You don't want to put those ripples into the water. I don't really think you're going to have a choice. I don't even, seeing this thinker card, I don't even believe you're going to think things through. Eventually, in about a week, and who knows when you're going to be watching this, right? In about a week, Mercury will eventually move over into Libra. So let's look at that as it is, right? All about communication, travel. I think word will travel very fast. Let's get a couple of more. Yeah, I think the spotlight is really going to be on you, Libras. And fun, I also don't know if you're necessarily ready. ready for it. So let's get these last messages, please. September 2019, Libras, Libras, Libras. Let's speed it up a little. Let's get more, please. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And there she goes. Okay. Okay. So the other 6 videos I did last night. I told you all at the beginning, and maybe that's why I have to share it. I usually don't, on how I process before each video. These things take a long time, just in case you were ever wondering, you know, why a video may be late and things like that. From readers, we have lives. But this card, truth be told, what was I saying about, you know, whatever this is in my throat right now when it comes to you? But let's see. We have Yang. 1. Self. You. Libras. We have fork in the road. This is 13, so 4. We have thinker. It's 44. It's 8. We have orphaned. That is 5. Higher power. It's number 4. A 29 for breathe. I'm sorry, we have breathe with the number 29. It's 11 or down to 2. All that glitters 16, 7. Truth be told is 14, 5. So major changes coming in for you, Libras. Okay, so we already know that there's going to be a big shift when it comes to you. Self, you. We are not talking about Libras partnering up or, like I said, doing for anybody else. There is a calling for you, Libras. I pray that you pick up the phone and you diligently answer it and know that you're not going to be able, or it's not even going to be necessary, to get anybody else's opinion about what you have to do in your own life. All right? And you're going to have to make that choice, though. Like I said, when that phone rings, you still have to pick it up. This isn't going to be something that's just going to drop, you know, into your lap, into your life. It's not going to make itself blatantly known, except that you are going to get the synchronicities about it. So pay attention to 1s, pay attention to 4s, pay attention to 5s. And I feel like when you do that, I think that you're not only going to have, you know, the spiritual support that may be necessary to get through it. Because right now, it's like, think of this as a door, right? Right now, you are coming to the door to answer it. Somebody else is knocking. This is not self-initiated yet. Yet, right? Once you're paying attention to those 1s, the 4s, the 5s, I think with the 7s that are presented here, we have 7 cards, and then we have this ending on a 7, the spiritual nature that comes with that. And then I also think, you know, you're going to be calling in that abundance into your life with the 8 that we saw from Thinker here, okay? I want you to also get everything that may be plausible. Get everything that you may be thinking is going. I really feel like you're going to just need to approach this from a blank state kind of position, okay? I keep wanting to say, like, everybody that you utilize to seek their counsel, anything like that, I think it's first going to have to come from in here, from you, Libras. I think it's going to have to be all about your intuition first and foremost. There was somebody else that got that. I don't remember. Feel free to go back and watch Aries through Virgo. The message becomes very clear probably within the next, or in the first 10 minutes. So peruse through them all. There was somebody else that had that, where it was going to have to be about trusting your intuition over everything else. And then when you decide to make whatever choice needs to get made from that call coming to you, from that somebody knocking at your door, then you can start to seek help. Then you can start to maybe utilize outside resources, not just people. You know, maybe you already have the resources around you. You know, maybe it's more in your work environment. Maybe it's more in the relationship that you're in. All those different types of things. But I just want you to know that everything else is going to, I guess, need to have the pause button pressed. You're not going to be able to do for anybody else until you handle this, until you deal with this, until you accept it or reject it. Now, you all know my philosophy, right? When it comes to things that are spiritually led, and you get two choices. You go with the flow, you reject it. When you go with the flow, it becomes easier, right? It just becomes easier. When you resist things, eventually it's going to come back around. And I think where anybody, any human being loses sight of that, it's around, sorry, I just got distracted. Anytime you lose sight of that, it's because, you know, you're not having faith. You need to be looking at it more from a lens of, this is meant to come into my life for a reason. Every little thing happens for a reason. If you're watching me, if you're watching other readers, if you're going to healers, if you're going to psychics, if you're, you know, all of those different things, everyone who is involved and in the spiritual realm here on earth, we all fall short at some points, right? And so if you're watching this, I think you know that. Libra, for you all, this isn't even coming from a logical place. I don't think any of it makes sense. I don't think any of it is going to make sense. It's just going to be something that you innately know. So I think the cautionary cards here is, first, you're going to have to make that choice. You're going to have to. Secondly, I do think that this type of mentality has to be left behind, and you need to make sure that you are focusing more on your intuition. Breathing exercises, meditation, do whatever is necessary to get you to feel more than think. And then last but not least, I feel like you may be wondering if it's too good to be true. You may be wondering what it is, you know, like all of those types of questions. Before I think you make that choice you're trying to get to, and it's not going to work that way. I think that this is going to just have to be something you have total blind faith in. Now, the Tower is here. Cleanse deck, all of that. The Tower is at the bottom. Okay? Let's just get some clarifiers. That signifies something. You know, the Tower, I have to tell you, I used to despise the Tower card. And that was when I was in a place in my life when I despised change. especially at that time. I think there was so much of it. But Libras, I think for you all, this it's about the way that you're going to view it. You can view the Tower as threatening, view the Tower as something that may ruin your life, you can view the Tower in all of those different types of ways. But if you should view it in a more positive light, you're going to have a more positive experience. And I swear, this is all stuff that you know. It is. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm getting a shift of energy from sharing this information with you, right? Like, when you hear messages of good news, shift of energy. When you hear messages of bad news, shift of energy. And this is just something that you're just like, I know this. Simply put, you already know. Maybe more of you that I am channeling right now, you're going through this right now. Or you have gone through it. I think that the whole, answering the call, answering the door is what's still to come. You're in the thick of this right now. Hello. Okay. This Empress card, one, Venetian, right? Venus energy. You're ruled by Venus. That will eventually be coming into your sign as well. Around the same time as Mercury at that. It also rules Taurus. And I have to say, when I first saw it, that I thought of Taurus. Again, we're getting more earth energy. I thought of Taurus. I would not be surprised, because Taurus's reading had to do with children. If any of you are pregnant right now, I would not be surprised if this pregnancy is leading you to, or perhaps some of you are pregnant and you don't know. Take a test, get a confirmation. All of that to say, I wouldn't be surprised if, well, heck no. Take that one, yes. A lot of earth energy. And then we have Queen of Swords. This is you. This is you. I would not be surprised if this pregnancy for you is starting to change. Like, it's opening up your eyes to how much you have done, gone through, been through throughout your life. And with your kids coming into the picture, why did I say kids? I don't know if some of you may be expecting twins, or when you get that news, you will be expecting twins. But it's changing you in a good way. In a good way. This is no more about Libra being walked over. This is no more about Libra being the one that exerts all of the energy in anything ever again. And that's very, very definite, I know. But I swear, when you have this child, when you have these children, there will be no going back. Because it's now not only going to be about yourself, which you're going to, be feeding into yourself, promoting self-care, self-love, all of that stuff. You are also going to be thinking about them and the family you are now building. What's the legacy that you want to leave for them? Okay? We have the Six of Swords. Again, talking about walking away from... I feel like this is more mental, though. Swords energy. It's all about your thought process. And you're leaving certain things behind. You're just heading in a whole different direction. I feel it's more opposite. So I feel like whatever you have usually done, you are heading the opposite direction. I've already, really explained what I feel from this Empress card being here. And the fact that you have 3 additional Earth type of cards. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. It's probably been extremely slow moving for you to get here. The Libras that I am channeling, I swear, despite your age, it doesn't matter how old you are, as long as you are over 18 watching these videos, right? Excuse me. You have been trudging through so many different things, and there's just something that pops inside of you that just says, do you see what you've done? Do you see how much you have put out there? And now all that stuff that we've talked about the last few months about, things not coming back void for you, Libras, like if you just continue to be patient, it will eventually be your time. It is your time. And you are about to you're about to be bestowed with one of the most precious gifts on the planet, life. Giving life, creating life. Being a part of that process, because this is not just woman initiated. 4 of Pentacles. You have wanted to control things. So this is so sounding like Taurus's reading, and y'all know I don't typically do sign call outs. You have so wanted to control things, Libra, and it can't be that way. It can't be the same way that it was. And I don't think that it's going to be control that you're after. I think it's going to be more about freedom. 2 of Pentacles. Outside of maybe it being twins, I can see if maybe this is your second child, and this one for some reason just changes everything. Let's get your message for the month. What's the confirmation? What's the advice that you want to leave these beautiful souls with this month for September? September. Now, yeah, I really do think that when you start speaking up, sticking up for yourselves, Libra, you're gonna be a whole new person. What did I say earlier about all of it leading to abundance in your life? All in. 8. 1s, 4s, 5s, 7s, and 8. Right side up. Again, 1, self. Those are your messages, my sweet, sweet, lovely Libras. Happy birthday to you. The Ivy Phoenix here. Love you all with every ounce of my being. Mwah. Till next time. Be blessed.